Hello and welcome back to my channel, or hi and welcome if you are new here. My name is Chloe Swift. I'm a professional hairstylist and hair care expert. Today I am bringing you a video which has been requested by, I don't know if it's one person who keeps requesting on different usernames, but I have had so many messages and requests to do this kind of hairstyle, which is Rosé from BLACKPINK. It's her kind of really undone, loose waves. I'm actually really glad I'm doing this video because I love that kind of style, and it's really hard actually to create those kind of waves that look super undone. It's that kind of a style, you look at it and you're like, how have they got those waves? Because it's definitely not just like wrapping the hair around a curling iron. It's not a curling wand. You can tell they're just so laid back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using my ghd Chronos, which is, as some of you know by now, it's my go-to hair straightener flat iron, and I'm going to be showing you how you can create these undone really cool waves like Rosé from BLACKPINK. So let's get into it. So product prep, I'd say begin with your hair as smooth as possible. If you do have curly or wavy hair or frizz prone hair, make sure you've already blow dried it smooth. So my hair is definitely smooth compared to what it is naturally like. My hair is naturally wavy and a bit fluffy and a bit frizz prone. So right now, at least it's like smooth, I'd say. Then the product we're gonna go in to prep with is the Maria Neela Shaping Heat Spray. I love this product so much. It's a heat protection spray as well as providing a hold factor to make whatever shape you're putting into the hair hold and last. And what I'm gonna do first is just section the hair. So just take my first section, level with the top of the ears, clip all of that hair up, and then what I like to do is spray on my shaping heat spray as I go. So some there, and then some there. Then I'm going to take all of this section in one, just a nice big chunky section, holding my flat iron horizontally, and I'm going to do kind of like a half turn down whilst I'm gliding down, a half turn up, half turn down, half turn up, half turn down, half turn up, and when you get to the ends, try and finish that on a straight. So I'll just repeat the same on this section again. So horizontally into the hair, half turn down, half turn up, half turn down. So you're kind of like doing the turns as you're actually gliding and moving down the hair, and finishing on a straight just allows you, it finishes the wave off nicely, still retains a bit of length. I mean, obviously if you did finish like on a downwards, it would just tuck the ends under a bit. And actually in some of Rosé's pictures from BLACKPINK, some of hers are flicking up, so actually they have finished it kind of like that. I don't know whether that's intentional or not, but yeah, I always do like to finish mine on just like a bit of a straight. And you can see the result we're left with is this really kind of large crimped effect, and it is so different compared to, you know, you can buy those like wave crimpers. I would say it's just a lot more natural, and that's because it depends on so many factors, how big a section you take, or I guess how much of a turn you're putting in, and you're like gliding down with it. So I feel like this also smooths the hair out so much better than one of those crimping wavers, for example, and it's just much more like a bespoke kind of wave. You're putting in the wave exactly where you want it to be. So take that section down, and the next section we're going to take is around about the eyebrows. I like to take quite big sections with this, I guess. As with any hairstyling, like the more sections you take, the thinner your sections are, you're then going to get more detail within like the shape that you're creating, whereas the bigger size sections you take, and if they're chunkier, it will always give like a looser kind of result. Okay, so again, in horizontally, half turn down, half turn up, and you are literally just repeating that all the way down your hair, but finishing on a straight. And remembering to spray your shaping heat spray as you go, because it contains your heat protection as well. And I feel like with this technique, you're not leaving that heat on the hair for too long at all, actually, because you're gliding down as you're putting the shape in. And for those of you who maybe aren't familiar with ghd, but I'm sure you know, they all work at their go-to temperature, which is 185 degrees Celsius or 365 degrees Fahrenheit on dry hair. It's just like the perfect temperature for heat styling dry hair, no matter what your hair type. Okay, next section I'm going to take is about the recession point. As the head's getting wider, you'll notice like that's too wide a section. So what I'm doing is like splitting it into two as we're like working up the head. And as I'm working down the hair, I literally am just like repeating to myself, down, up. And even if you have lots of layers, this works really well for the hair. Everything blends in really nicely. It doesn't matter what hair length you've got. This works on all hair lengths, which is why I really love this technique. Just taking down that section, what I had left, and I think that's still too wide to do all in one, so I'm just going to split that into two. And I'd say one of the biggest tips when you are doing this technique is not to squeeze the plaits too tightly together. So all I'm just doing is applying like a really light pressure onto the end of my straightener there. And just letting down my last sections. So I've just got a row on each side, which again I am going to split into two. And yeah, I'm going to keep a center parting. I think a center parting looks just really cool for this look and just more laid back. I mean, you could definitely, once the waves are all in, you could kind of flip it over into a side parting, see how that works. And yeah, we just want it to look really undone and kind of like we haven't even really tried, even though you absolutely have, and you've just spent like at least 20 minutes doing this style. And then very last section, and honestly it feels like I've whizzed through this so quickly. This is definitely a technique that I'll tend to go for and do if I'm in a rush. Actually, it's a really good one if your hair is naturally wavy, maybe it just hasn't dried quite properly, but you just want to like pick up some pieces and add to it and enhance. This is a really great technique for that. So then what you want to do when you feel like your hair's all done, see I've definitely missed a section there, I like to just reach around the back, take a look at the back and see about these sections I've missed, and then yeah, grab any bits from the back that you might not have missed, because what we were doing was just bringing everything forward so we can actually see in the mirror what we're doing. I think that's about done. Now what I want to do, let me just get a little bit closer there. When I look at the side, maybe that's a bit too much of a strong like dent in the hair. Then I just like to tap over that just to kind of soften that first kind of mark in the hair, if that makes sense. I don't want that looking kind of too obvious. And then the same on that side, just where I'd like the light is reflecting off of it. I just want to smooth that down a little bit, so that's definitely looking better. And then a really easy one to dress out, I will always go in with oil. This is the Hair Ritual by Sizzly oil. This is just a really nice lightweight oil. I love to go in with oils afterwards to dress out, because you've obviously taken out some of the hair's natural moisture when you do heat style it. So just kind of adding an oil back in just really hydrates and nourishes the ends again. So that's mainly focused down here on the ends. Then what I love to do is just kind of run my fingers through and massage the scalp just to encourage like just some kind of laid back volume, just so it's not like stuck to your head. And then I love to go in with a texturizing spray. This is a new one that I've been trying actually. This is the Amika Rising Star Volumizing Finishing Spray. So yeah, it just adds kind of volume to the hair, plumps up the hair. I do love to finish it like this, but we're kind of looking a bit sultry and like shiny mermaid waves, but we want to go more like Rosé, Blackpink, and go like cooler, a little bit grungy. So we just need to add that like texture back into the hair again. So I'm just spraying that in throughout and then just kind of like running my fingers through and massaging that in. So sprays like this, they almost just kind of mattify the hair and make it look, yeah, just thicker and fuller. And then a really good tip, what you can do if you feel like you want, like, definitely want volume. I might not do it because I feel like, yeah, my hair's already quite, like, thick and full, but definitely what you can do, you can flip your head upside down, spray this all over, flip back, and then just kind of tame it back down again. But yeah, I feel like if I do that, it's just gonna go too much. And then I love to just pinch the front together and just kind of pop some spray onto there. That's just the best way to kind of have just cool hair. Head tugging, there's volume, but it's kind of a different amount of volume. You don't have those, what I like to call the McDonald's M. You definitely don't have that kind of volume at the front, but it's just like more width and more body. But that is just purposefully a bit more flat to the head. And there we have it. They are your Rosé from BLACKPINK waves. Just really cool girl hair, really laid back, kind of like grungy and effortless. Definitely one of my go-to styles for being super easy and really great to achieve when you're in a rush, or like I say, if you're trying to just enhance your natural wavy hair. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have fun recreating this simple but cool hairstyle. And as always, if you like this video or learned something new, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe, because I post hair tutorials and hair videos on here every single week. And if you do, I'll be seeing you next week for another video. Bye guys.